This story is a story of tough love dieting. It's a story of how a couple of years ago my family acquired a puppy. And the puppy is a mixed breed. And the reason that we got the puppy is because we already had a dog that was getting older and needed some company. We wanted him to be lively and happy. Big brother dog meets puppy dog. Puppy dog is all full of energy. And big brother dog is not that thrilled with ball of energy dog, but eventually he gets used to his new puppy sister. Now, in the past, big brother dog was used to having kibble out 24/7. My modus operandi when feeding big brother dog was that I would just leave food out constantly, and that way, whenever he would come by and be asking for treats with his big, sad eyes, I could just say to him, "Look, you're not starving. You got kibble in your bowl." And then eventually he would either trot off, or if I was feeling generous, I might give him a little something. Along comes puppy girl dog. Puppy girl dog is thrilled with the kibble bowl. Every time she goes by it, she has to take a bite. Now, both these dogs are mixed breed, meaning it's hard to tell how much they're supposed to weigh. So, puppy eats every single time she sees the bowl, and she starts to go from when we got her, she's 31 pounds, to within a few months, she's 51 pounds, and eventually, after several months, I say to my family, maybe she should go on a diet. No, I'm told. She is just a baby. She's still growing, and that's just baby fat. And after all, since she's growing, she needs plenty of nutrition for healthy bones and everything else that you got going in your body. So I agree, that makes sense to me. Although I do still think that she's got a little extra padding on her. A couple more months go by, and now she's even fatter, and she starts to limp on one of her back legs. When she's running around, which she's always running around, she starts to limp. I say to my family, maybe she's a little too hefty. No, I'm told. It's just a little nothing. She probably just bumped herself or who knows what, because she is a very active dog. And I can sense that even big brother dog is saying, no, we don't want diets in this house. And he's looking at his big favorite kibble bowl. But then, about a month or so later, puppy is not only limping as she runs on that one back leg, but now she limps on the other one too. So it's kind of like running like this, and then running like this. And not in the soiling sense. So, I mentioned this idea of a diet again. And everyone, including big brother dog, says, no, we don't think diet is what she needs. But I take her over to the vet. And the vet gives her a bunch of medicine, and he says if in a short period of time she doesn't stop limping, then she's going to need surgery. And surgery costs thousands of dollars. So, I say to the vet, is it possible that she's a little overweight? And he looks at puppy girl, and he says, well, she's 75 pounds, and she could use being about 60 pounds, which is huge. If you think going from 75 to 60 pounds, that's a big chunk of weight. So, I go home, and the news in my family is not met very enthusiastically, especially big brother dog now is very upset that there are feeding times. We can't just have kibble out all the time, otherwise puppy girl is going to be eating nonstop like she used to. So, all day long, big brother dog is giving me the sad eye. Where is my constant flow of food? Plus, can I have some treats? He's got breakfast and he's got dinner. After about a month or two of this, he starts moving down his dinner time. dinner is about 7 o'clock for him. He starts coming over at 6. Then he starts coming over at 5:30. Then he starts coming over at 5. It's just never ending with him. But in the meantime, something amazing is happening with Girl Puppy. Because the first week that I started her on this diet, that the vet told me, in terms of calories, because on the dog food bag, I'd never noticed this before, but it has calorie numbers on there. First week, she actually gained 2.5 pounds. So I had to cut back, very carefully though, because indeed, dogs often are puppies between a year old and 2 years old, depending on their breed, and in this case, she's mystery breed. So I don't want to be neglectful of all the nutrients that she is. I don't want to starve her to death, especially when she's growing. So I cut back a tiny bit. And the next week she hasn't gained any weight at least. And it takes a few weeks. It was interesting how her weight goes. I would cut back her food slightly. And for several weeks she'd stay at the same weight. It was just so easy for her to put on weight. Because if I even upped it a little bit, she'd go back to gaining weight really easily. But when I would cut it back, she would hang on to that weight for several weeks, and all of a sudden, boom, she'd lose 3 pounds that next week. I was weighing her weekly. So, meantime, Big Brother Dog is very upset. He's never gotten over this thing. He wants that kibble bowl out all the time, and he wants lots of treats. And we just can't do that now with Puppy Girl. But the happy part of the story is, Big Brother Dog is as trim as ever. He looks good. His weight goes up or down maybe a couple pounds, because often I weigh him at the same time as Puppy Girl. It doesn't really matter how much, how much he eats. He's pretty good, whether he eats a little more or a little less the next day. Puppy Girl was very all over the charts before, where super easy to gain and then super hard to lose, and then after several weeks you would finally lose a few pounds. Now she's about roughly 50 pounds, give or take a few pounds. She looks terrific. Now she's finally got a waistline. She's not limping at all. No medication for her. And on the days that I do feed her a little bit more, she doesn't gain much weight. If I feed her a little less, she doesn't lose too much. So it's interesting to see body types of set points and of gaining and losing weight. Takes a lot of patience. It's not just a matter of losing weight immediately, it's also of keeping it off. So, the moral of this story is, Big Brother Dog is still upset. He still wants that kibble bowl. It's been over a year now, and he remembers that bowl. Plus he wants extra treats, which he gets now and then, but never has gotten as often as he has felt he deserved. However, baby sister is quite healthy, and she doesn't care. If the food is there, she'll eat it. If it's not, she doesn't even think about it. Now, if I'm eating, she will think about it, but if I tell her no, it's not that big a deal. So the moral of the story is, sometimes we have to sacrifice for our loved ones, for our family members, in the case of Big Brother Dog, so that the other ones can be happy, as Puppy Girl is now.